Mike.
Hey, Harland, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I got my hoodie on today. It's kind of chilly even here in Florida. Where have you been?
Yeah, I've been up in North Carolina. We saw snow the other day, and it's like, I was kind of glad to be back in Florida. It is warmer here than up there. I mean, it was
Yeah,
down in the
they're
teens.
they're getting hit really hard all over the country, it sounds like right now with a Barbara said there was a blizzard warning. I thought she said a lizard warning. We have that in Florida, but the blizzard warning up there further north from us for
But
sure.
we do get lizard warnings down here because if it gets too cold, they fall out of the trees.
There you go. Mike, you and I have a good time together. I hope others enjoy a little bit of our humor here today.
I hope so too.
We've been talking recently about the surprises that happen when people approach and get into retirement. Some of them are good and some of them aren't. What's your experience with that?
I can remember when we were in our 20s and 30s, my wife and I were talking to a financial planner, and he said that when you retire, you can expect your expenses to be lower. And a couple of reasons for that. You don't have to be putting money away, for your retirement anymore. And you don't have to pay the Social Security and Medicare tax withholdings. So, those are good things. That'll reduce because assuming you don't spend more than you're making as you're going along, then your expenses in retirement should be lower, you know.
Yeah, and we had paid off our mortgage by the time we got to retirement, Mike. Things changed after that, but we'd paid our mortgage off, so those mortgage payments weren't coming out. That was a big, nice, positive surprise.
And that is significant because that is one of the most expensive purchases people make.
Yeah. How did it turn out? Was your financial planner right that your expenses have been lower?
Uh, he missed the mark on that one. So, there's a few things that are different. Number one, life expectancy is longer.
Yes.
Barb's mom is, I think she's like 90 years old. Wife can figure on living to be at least 90. So you're looking at 3 decades of retirement.
Right.
You don't have to, let me see, downsizing is not necessarily meaning buying a cheaper house.
Mhm.
We downsized, but our house costs more than the one we left.
Yep. And just the effect of inflation on expenses, the cost of eggs, the cost of milk, the cost of insurance, the cost of all kinds of things goes up as we live, as the years mark off.
Right. And inflation tends to be permanent. That's why when it hits, in retirement, you can't always, well, how do you boost your income to go along with inflation? But that's later in the conversation.
Yep, some go
So
back to work, other kind of things, but we're either going to be able to increase or have to reduce our lifestyle depending on how well we prepared for retirement. But do we
that's
want
right.
to reduce it? Do we want to limit it?
And most of us don't want to limit our lifestyle. You know,
Yeah, we're finally free to do some things we couldn't do before. You're traveling quite a bit now.
and that's one thing that we didn't have the time to do before, but now we have the time to travel and we like to go to some fun places with friends and family. So it's, one of the things that we had really looked forward to doing.
Yeah, we go out to eat more now than we did before. Other expenses actually have gone up in many ways. And yet I'm finding that income and expense, our income has actually gone up. Not everybody has that. And actually that piggy bank that we built up over the years is actually increasing too, Mike. It's kind of a nice surprise in retirement.
That is, we've had a similar experience, and I was talking to a lady the other day who she's about to retire, and she was looking at the numbers, and her retirement income is going to be higher than her income from working.
Mhm.
So, it prompts some people to ask why they're still working.
Yes.
And
Yep. Some of those income sources are fixed. I've known a lot of people where they're fixed and they just did not keep up. You and I found a way to get the income sources to increase actually. and increase even beyond inflation so that the nest egg itself can grow as we age.
That's right. And we like using real estate,
Yeah.
multifamily real estate in particular.
In particular, you and I have focused on that, and I think the people watching realize that. So why multifamily real estate as an investment instrument?
Well, it can be scaled. Somebody else can manage the property. It can provide a cash flow to the investors. It might be on a quarterly basis, but they can get a steady stream of cash flow to live on. And then because the partnership has borrowed money to purchase the property, they are able to leverage it. And so when the property goes up in value, they are able to significantly increase their returns because of inflation. So instead of inflation being a threat, it is now a tool used to continually grow their wealth.
And if folks don't understand that, we really enjoy conversation to help people understand why multifamily is such an ideal investment as we see it. And actually, for us these days, it's not so much being an operator as it is to be a limited partner with an excellent operator. And you get all the advantages without the hassles of being the operator of an apartment complex. And we're talking about larger multifamily now, not 3 and 4 and 6 and 12 unit. We're talking 100, and we actually just recently invested in one that's what, close to 500, 600.
Over 500.
Yeah, yeah. That's where the scaling comes in, and the excellence of the operators comes in with that. And Mike, you and I have invested with some of these, what I call best of the best. These are just excellent operators. What are some of the criteria we use to say they're excellent? They're the best of the best.
Well, they have a proven track record. They've been doing deals long enough to have a track record of successful investment syndications where they have run the apartments. They have increased the value, kept the occupancy up, and provided good returns to the investors.
Yeah, they've built a strong team. They've dealt
Right.
with problems and know how to make decisions and make wise ones. They've delivered what they've promised over and over and over again. And their integrity, to me, is probably the most important part of somebody being the best of the best, that their word is good.
That's right. Yeah, so we are looking for people with the integrity, but also competence.
There you go.
And both of those are proven over a period of time.
And we've used our experience and our relationships we've built over the last number of years here, our understanding of how multifamily works to find these, get to know them, build that relationship. And then when it's possible to partner with them on these deals so we can be a part of it and we can make it available to people like the folks listening today.
That's right.
That's who we are. We'd love to have a conversation with you. We'd love to help you get ready for retirement and make it through it because there are a lot of surprises out there. We'd like for you to have the good ones like Mike and I have had.
So, all right. I think that's a wrap. I appreciate everybody who's watching. And Harlan, it's been great visiting and reviewing some of these surprises and how it's nice to be able to be prepared for them.
Yes, indeed. And we'll be back next week, maybe with another surprise. We'll find out.
Hopefully warmer weather.
There you go.
All
Bye
right.
now.
Bye.